Haverim, good morning. We're up to Perek Zayin, Pasuk Yud Het. We mentioned yesterday Pasuk Tet Zayin and Pasuk Yud Zayin, where it says, Al tihi tzadik harbe ve'al tirsha harbe. So we mentioned Al tihi tzadik harbe, the example of Shaul, when Hashem told Shmuel to tell Shaul to go ahead and kill Amalek and all the animals. He said, how can I? Al tihi tzadik harbe. Al tirsha harbe. At the end, he killed the entire city of Nov, Era Kohanim. So, al tihi tzadik harbe, ve'al tirsha harbe. Then what's the best thing? Omer Shlomo b'pasuk Yud Het, Tov asher te'ehoz bazeh, ve'gam mizeh al tanach et yadecha, ki yareh Elohim yetzeh et kulam. Omer Rashi, what should a person do? Omer, ehoz b'tzedek u'beresha. אחוז בצדק וברשע. מה הכוונה? אם אמר לך הנביא הצדיק דבר שהוא דומה לך לרשע, if the Nabi tells you to do something that in your eyes it looks רשע, רשעות, doesn't make no sense. אל יקל בעיניך לפקפק בו. It shouldn't be light in your eyes to doubt him. If that's what he told you, do it. But it doesn't make sense. זה נקרא, אל תרשע הרבה. If he tells you things that in your eyes, it seems like רשע, אל תרשע הרבה. זאת אומרת, do it. Why? Because if it says זה נאמר על ידי הקדוש ברוך הוא, you're not going to be smarter. שמעתם? We cannot be smarter than the Torah הקדושה. הקדוש ברוך הוא created the neshama. And he created the goof, the body. And the Torah knows what's good for the body and what's good for the neshama. Sometimes it seems like it's not good for the neshama. So he knows exactly what's good for the neshama. And sometimes you could ask, mitzvat shiluach haken, איך ייתכן? You see little birds, and then you kiss the mother away. Then you take the birds. Ay, ay, ay. How can you do that? I don't understand. It's okay. You don't have to understand everything, but know that if the Torah commands you to do so, do it. But my feelings, my emotion doesn't allow me to do it. If you think that you are smarter than the Torah, guess what? Now you're not going to kiss the mother to take the babies. One day, if you don't have Torah, you'll kiss your wife with the babies. That's how it works. Why? אם הקדוש ברוך הוא אומר, מצוות שילוח הקן, זה מצווה, this is something that the neshama needs. Maybe here you don't get it because your emotions, they cannot take it. They don't handle it. But the truth of the matter, HaKadosh Baruch Hu אומר לעשות את זה. This is what's the best for you. Sometimes there is halachot or mitzvot that here you don't get it. It takes you 20 years, 30 years, one day, wow. And sometimes it takes 50 years, and sometimes you will never understand. But if I know, and this is if I know that the reason, if I know that there is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who is telling me to do it, I do it. People say, I don't believe. I don't understand. What is I don't believe? Do you know how your brain works? Do you know how you function to say, I don't believe? What do you know? What do you know? הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא ברא את כל העולמות, האין סוף. הסתכל באורייתא, הוא ברא עלמא. He looked inside the Torah, and the whole world comes from the Torah. ואם הוא אמר מצווה, so he knows better than you. And if he knows better than you, why are you doubting? You can go ahead and learn, dwell on it, go deep. It's okay. No one says stop. But know one thing, that the fact that I don't understand, it doesn't mean that I don't do. A guy goes to a doctor. I have a headache. Okay, let me give you some pills. Pills for what? What does it mean? I'm telling you I have a headache. What are you giving me pills for? He tells you, if you take pills, you swallow, it's going to go away. Hold on. I take pills. The pills are going to go down. I'm telling you my headache is here, not here. How the pill is going to go up? He doesn't understand what the doctor is telling him. The doctor is telling him, if you have a headache, you take a pill. But he has a question. What is the question? If the headache is here, how can a pill that goes down go up? It's a great question. For that, you have to go to college and to learn how does it work. Go become a pharmacist. But that doesn't take away the mitziut, that if you take a pill, it's going to take the headache away. Now, if the person is going to say, I'm not going to take till I can understand how it works. First, I have to learn. No problem. Guess what? Today is the headache. Tomorrow is the stomach. And after is your back. And then who knows, cancer? No, I want to know how the treatment works. Baby, you're not going to take it, you're going to die. That's how it works. You don't ask questions and you don't listen. First, do it. And then you can ask questions. תורה אומרת, טוב אשר תאחוז בזה וגם מזה אל תנח את ידיך. You can ask questions, but first do. You got to do. And then as you do it, you can ask all the questions, and I'm sure you'll get all the answers. You get all the answers, but do. And even if sometimes it doesn't make sense here, but do it because this is the right thing to do. HaTorah אומרת, can I get a chumash, please? Oh, I have. Thank you. Thank you. Let's open a minute to Parashat Shoftim. בואו נסתכל, let's go to Parashat Shoftim, page 542. On page 542, פסוק י"א, אמנון, בכבוד, פסוק י"א.
על פי התורה אשר יורוך ועל המשפט אשר יאמרו לך תעשה לא
תעשה.
תעשה לא תסור.
לא, תעשה. תעשה לא means אל תעשה.
תעשה לא.
לא, לא. Again,
לך תעשה.
stop. כן,
כמה? לא תסור מן הדבר אשר יגידו לך ימין ושמאל.
יפה מאוד. So it says here, על פי התורה אשר יורוך, ועל המשפט אשר יאמרו לך, תעשה. Whatever they tell you, do it. לא תסור מן הדבר אשר יגידו לך ימין ושמאל. Rashi explains, what does it mean? לא תסור מן הדבר אשר יגידו לך ימין ושמאל. Let's read Rashi. אומר רש"י, ימין ושמאל. אבי, בכבוד, read.
ימין ושמאל, אפילו אמרת לך על ימין, שהוא שמאל, ועל שמאל, שהוא ימין.
כל שכן,
שאמר לך על ימין ימין, ועל שמאל שמאל.
That you have to listen. Again, אם יאמר לך על ימין שמאל, ועל שמאל ימין, do it. It doesn't make sense. That's why it says על פי התורה. That's why it says על פי התורה. If you're not going to follow Torah, you'll do all the mistakes. If you'll follow Torah and it doesn't make no sense, but at the end, you're going to do something great. Yesh, the famous story. Shlomo HaMelech passed away, and his son Rehavam. Rehavam was the king after Shlomo. He was young. And as he became the king, Am Yisrael came to him and they asked him to lower the taxes. To lower the taxes? I'm going to have to speak. I'm going to have to think about it. Give me 3 days. Okay. He asked, give me 3 days, and I'll give you an answer. Within the 3 days, he went to ask the Zekenim. Do you know what is a Zekenim? The older people for advice. And he said, look, Am Yisrael, the people asked to lower the taxes. What do you think? What do you think I should do? What's the best thing? What's the best thing to do? So the Zekenim told the Hamam, go with them. They asked to lower the taxes. Lower the taxes. Now let me ask you, if you're a king and you want to show that you're the man, you have the power. If I'm going to give in, I'm going to look like a nachnach. I'm going to look that I'm a weak. I'm not a strong leader. Right? So, what should I do? The Zekenim told Rehavam, give in. Tell them, I'm going to lower the taxes. Fine. After he asked the Zekenim, he went to his buddies, the young Chevra, the young guys. He spoke to his buddies, to his friends, and he asked, Rabbi Yisai, what do you think I should do? The people asked me to lower the taxes, and guess what? I don't know. It seems like they want to do something that is going to take something from my power. What do you guys think? What should I do? So they said, what? Lower the taxes? Tell them I'm going to double the taxes. Show them you're a powerful person. You're a powerful man. You're a powerful king. Nobody's going to start up with you. They're going to see how strong you are. They're not going to mess up with you. But if right away you're going to give in, you're very shaky. You're not stable. You're not hazak. You're not strong. Okay? So he got 2 advices. One from the older people, those who worked with his father Shlomo. And then he got another second opinion from his own buddies, young Chevra. So 3 days after, they came and they asked Shlomo, no, Hamam, no, any update? Can you give me some Sefer Melachim? Be hard. Yeah, be hard. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, just give me that. Thank you. So, listen what happened. Mitch, sorry, can you say Megillah? Thanks. So, תשמעו מה כתוב. It says, so what happened? ויעזוב את עצת הזקנים. He dropped the advice that the older people gave him. ויבעץ את הילדים אשר גדלו איתו. He asked the young kids who grew up together with him, and he took their advice. What happened? ויבוא ירבעם וכל העם אל רחבעם ביום השלישי. They came to him at the third day. ויען המלך את העם קשה. דיבר איתם very harsh, קשה. אבי ייסר אתכם בשוטים, ואני אייסר אתכם בעקרבים. My father, he hit you with a stick. אני בעקרבים. Stick with thorns. If you don't give taxes, boy, what I'm going to do to you. You better. That shows strength, right? מה כתוב? ולא שמע המלך אל העם, וירא כל ישראל כי לא שמע המלך עליהם, ויאמרו, מה לנו חלק בדוד ולא נחלה בבן ישי? We don't need him. מה עשו? וימליכו עליהם את Yerovam. 10 tribes out of 12 dropped Rehavam, and they went and they got a new king, Mr. Yerovam ben Nevat. He lost 10 tribes out of 12, and he left with only 2 tribes, Yehuda and Benjamin. No, he got so angry. He got so mad. He gets his army, 180,000. שמעתם? 180,000. הולכים לעשות מלחמה. We're going to go to a war to those people who rebelled against the king. As he goes there, Shemaiah, Isha Elokim and Navi comes to Rehavam on the way. Tells him, Habibi, Hashem Amar, whoops, your turn. Go back to Yerushalayim because you're going to lose. Back. Go back home. Don't fight because you're going to lose. He goes back and Achshad, let me ask you. He has power, he has strength, or he's a loser? He's a loser. Abotai, sometimes, אומרת הגמרא במסכת מגילה, now listen to this גמרא. אומרת הגמרא במגילה, what do we learn, what lesson do we take from this story? אומרת הגמרא, אם יאמרו לך זקנים סתור, וילדים אומרים לך בנה. שמעת? אומרים לך, listen, sell the house. You're crazy. הזקן אומרים לך, sell the house. הילדים, the young חבר'ה, מה פתאום? Take the house, תבנה, invest, and then you're going to have apartments, you're going to rent, you'll make money. Don't sell. Who should you listen? אומרת הגמרא, אם יאמרו לך זקנים סתום. If זקנים, they're going to tell you to break it. וילדים and the young חבר'ה, they're going to tell you build. What should you do? אומרת הגמרא, סתום, break it, ואל תבנה, and don't build. Why? מפני שסתירת זקנים בניין. When zaken tells you, break it, in other words, he's telling you, my advice is going to build you. ובניין נערים, if a young person, no experience, tells you, תבנה, that binyan is going to end up to destroy you. שמעתם מה כתוב? So, יש לך פה two choices. יש לך פה זקן, thank you. יש לך זקן ויש לך צעיר. You have an old person, someone with experience, and then you have a young guy who has no experience. Now, when you look at it, the young guy makes much more sense. And the older guy makes 0 sense. Why in the world should I go ahead and break it? That's the picture. You have one who tells you build and one who tells you destroy. You know the pictures before and after? That's exactly what happens. That's before. After, those who told you break it, at the end, the result is you're going to see that advice was the best advice. It built you. The other one, in the beginning, they show you build. At the end, the result is you'll be destroyed. Rehav'am, he did not listen to the Otzar shel hazakenim. מה אמרו לו? Give in. What? I should give in? You know how many times I get questions about issues and problems in whatever aspect you want to think about. If you tell the person an advice, what? I should give in? Why me? Why me? Or better, in Hebrew it sounds better. Ani fryer? Do you ever heard this? The makir this? The makir it? Why are you laughing? I guess you know it. Okay. Ani lo fryer. I don't know if there's in English such a good line.
Fryer. It's not a nice word.
Oh no?
You're not. I'm not a chump.
Okay. So.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, say that. בקיצור, אני לא פראייר. You're right. אני לא פראייר. At the end, the price that they pay, boy, they get fried. הוא לא פראייר. And those who are friar, yes, he gives in, Habibi, they win. And they win a big time. חביבי, התורה אומרת לך, תקשיב טוב. What is to be a loser? מה זה נקרא loser? In people's eyes, in your eyes, what does it mean, I don't want to be a loser? Sometimes you see a guy who doesn't want to be a loser. Fine. But then he lost his whole marriage, his wife, kids, akol. Sometimes you get into a fight with a partner. I don't want to be a loser. No problem, go fight. You end up in court, and then where are you going to end up? It doesn't finish. It doesn't end. I don't want to be a loser. I was very close to a story of two brothers They thought about a small portion of Yerusha. I'm telling you, the size is maybe the size of this room. Each one got a house, and it was a very, very tiny, I don't know if it's a garage or whatever it is, a small, I'm telling you, it's not even the size of this room. And they went to a rabbi to do a settlement. And the rabbi did the fair judgment. One brother got very upset. No, it's not fair. It's not fair. So in the beginning, the rabbi tried to explain, I was so fair. Look what I did. I have no idea why in his mind he felt that it wasn't right. The rabbi took everything and divided to 50-50. But what bothered him, why my brother got this piece? But according to the papers and everything, this is something that if you want to divide it into, Yerusha, into two brothers, this is the best results. Fine. Every year or two, he would wake up and try to bring it again. The same issue. Why? It's not fair. And the rabbi had to explain it again. It is fair. Maybe 12 or 15 years after, he decided, you know what? I'm against this rabbi, and I'm going to Beit Din. I'm going to Beit Din. He took this case to Beit Din in Tel Aviv. Have a case. He went there. He spent, I think, $30,000 in the beginning, and right away the judge threw this case. You have no case. They had maybe one or two. How does it call?
Documents.
Yeah, after 2 sessions, 2 hearings. He tells her, Habibi, you have no case. Dismiss. Not only dismiss, if you're gonna bring this again, he tells him, I'll make you pay for your brother's lawyer and all the expense that he had to pay. Out of here. That's the Beit Din. Okay. Now he feels the rabbis, they have these things, it's everything, it's not fair. Let me go to the civil. He took it to the civil court. Now it's lawyers. It's a lot of money. And he lost also there. More than 20 years fights. The money that he spent was more than this piece of garage land that he wanted. But why? It's the feeling, I don't want to be a loser. And he lost a lot of fire. And at the end, you pay double and triple. Atem mevinim, sometimes give in, you win. Sometimes when you give in, you win. In most of the time, when you know how to handle things, you're a big winner. But when you're young, in sechel, you don't see the big picture. You want to fight, and you have all the energy to fight. And most of the times, it's the ego that gets involved in your life. It doesn't let you just let go. Let go. No, I want to fight back. In sechel. I'll give you another story. Parents who put a kid in a school. Okay? It was a daughter, I think she was 5, 6. The school one day calls the father and they tell him, listen, Mr. So-and-so, your daughter had an issue. She needs to see a therapist. And if not, we cannot keep her in the school anymore. Wow. You tell a father that his daughter needs a therapist? You need a therapist. My daughter? Yes, your daughter needs someone, she has to see somebody. You crazy? My daughter, 5 years old, she needs a therapist? Are you guys nuts? Fine. He calls me. I want the Rosh Hashiva's number. I ask him what for. I want to speak to him about his principle. Habibi, I know the system. Lishtiyot, stop with your nonsense. It's either just follow the rules or just take her out. You want to call the prince, the Rosh Hashiva, you need to snitch on his own principle that are under his wings and tell him what she said to you about your daughter. I told him, guess what? He's going to tell you that you need also a therapist. He got so mad. Now he has issue not with me. It's the principal, it's the Rosh Yeshiva, and now it's also me. But Habibi, I'm out. Fine. The next thing I hear, he took his daughter out of the school. I'm not going to say any names. He tried to put her in a better school who has much more experience. And that school is in market for many, many years. Guess what? They did not accept his daughter. Now he's so mad. I'm telling you, it's a business. All the schools, they team up together, and it's not nice. It's not fair. Fine. He goes, he has no choice. He has to take it to a bigger school, less religious. Fine. He takes her there. They took her. Now there, Habibi, tuition, you pay top money. The first school worked with him about the tuition. The third one, zero. Got to pay full tuition. Fine. He pays full tuition. It doesn't take a long time to pick up on your daughter that she needs help. She's fighting with the girls, and sometimes she bites them. The school calls him, Habibi, an emergency meeting, the father and the wife. Listen, this is what she needs. What do you mean? Now he's so mad. Yes, no, yes. The mother was not smart. Neither the father. In the beginning, they worked for 3 months. And then they tried to fool the school. Yeah. And they didn't follow rules. And the school kicked her out. Not the father pulled her out. The school kicked her out. Now she's out. Now which school is going to take you? He had no choice. He took her to some school in the community. And there, you have all the nuts. So if his daughter was biting 1, now she gets to bite 5, and the 5 biting her, and they fight. Now he goes crazy. He doesn't know what to do. And guess what? He picked up himself. He moved to Florida. Yeah. He moved to Florida. He's so happy in Florida. So happy. His wife got the kids in the school. I don't want to say names. And she's doing phenomenal. I'm so happy. That's 8 months ago. This week, he wants to come back to New York. He doesn't know what to do. Zakol kutipesh gadol. When the school told you in the beginning something, what are you fighting? What are you fighting against the system? Listen. No. But you know what? The ego, my daughter, yes, she needs help. Work with the school. Work with the system. Don't abuse the system. It's going to bite you one day. Now, the problem is, do you know why she acts like that? Because the parents are cuckoo. She and he. And the result is the kids. And his ego is so big. Go figure it out. See what happens? You lose one school, another school, you're gonna leave the country, to move to another country. Where is your brain? איפה השכל? אנשים עושים שטויות, and the price that they pay are so big, so heavy. It's not worth it. But when you're young, you don't see all the 10 steps. You see now, and let me go head to head. Why? Learn. She's young. If she really needs help, what is a therapist? Let us see once, twice, three. And if she really was okay, the therapist can tell to the school, she's okay and done. No, they want to give her pills. They're going to make her crazy. Psychiatrist, Habibi, she's only 4 or 5. People get over it. But that's the problem. When you don't know how to work with things, you go head to head, you clash, you're going to lose.
How old
Huh?
when it happened this way?
I think she was 5.
That's it.
Yeah, 5. No.
Nothing.
Now she's 8. 8. Now 8. Go uproot her from 4 schools already. She's gonna be normal. What's the chance? She never got a chance to have 1 full year normal and have a bond with any friends. איפה השכל של ההורים? איפה? And now listen, she has a problem over there. This is the problem. Now, זה לא נקרא, I don't want to be a loser. I don't want to give in. You have to know when to give in and when to let things go. And you have to know when to fight for your rights. I'm not saying everything is okay. And I'm not saying schools are perfect. But all I'm saying, you have to know, choose your battle. You have to know when just to let things go, accept things, and things are just going to work with you. But when you want to fight the world, you want to fight the system, Habibi, you're going to end up being alone. And now who's going to help you? And you know who is the Hazit? Is the daughter. What kind of a life she has? 3 years, 4 schools. They're not normal. And who is the korban? The victim is the kid because of the stupidity of the father. Because they gave him advice, but he thinks he knows better. But you know what? I was so curious to find out about the father a little bit more. I asked a couple of questions about him, and I found out that the guy dropped school. No wonder. When he was in high school, he dropped school. So he never even finished high school. That's the sad part. So you got 0 education, and you want to teach the schools how to teach. You see what's the problem? That's the biggest problem. Yes, Isaac.
Saying what happens if the school isn't I know where he went wrong here, okay? But again, the school isn't always right. Sometimes they just want to just shove, they want to just, take it, give her pills, whatever. They don't want to deal with the problem. They really don't want to deal with it. But I understand he came to you and you said, or came to whoever, came to someone older or wiser. But, I'm saying you should just listen to the school, just do whatever they tell you.
No.
So
Have a meeting.
Every situation.
Have a meeting. Sit down. No school tells you right away pills. No school tells you right away pills. Go meet first. Yeah, that's step 1. That's step 1. And second, after you do that, then you could speak with it. Work with the school. All I'm saying is sit together, talk, work with people. Don't shut the door and go against. That's the key. That's the key. Listen, I'm in the system for many years. And I can tell you, I remember about 9 years ago, I had a kid. Listen to this. I had a kid. I don't know why. In the class, we have a row of desks, right? He was sitting in the front row. Any kid who passed by, he would just stick his leg.
How old? What is this?
Ninth grade. Ninth grade. Every kid who passes by, he sticks his leg, so people fall down. He liked the idea. Now people don't pay attention, and once or twice. Now I see what's going on. But every day, every time he passes this kid, I have what he was doing. Okay, that's one thing. Then the kid takes papers, makes a little ball, and I don't see home run. The kid is not normal. And it was so disturbing during the class. It was disaster. So I spoke to the office. Listen, I can't deal with this anymore. And usually, Baruch Hashem, I have full control when I teach a class. But this one was a nut. I called the principal. So I had a meeting with the office. What's the talk with this kid? We found out the kid was on pills before he even got to us. 2 months in the year, the mother stopped giving him pills, and this was the results. The grade went down. He's fighting with everybody, but something is off with this kid. He came in and he was taking already pills. The minute the mother took the pills out because she doesn't want her kid to be on pills, the kid was nuts. So we had a meeting with the mother. Listen, A, B, C, this is the results. His grades are going down. He's fighting with the kids and it disturbs the class. You have a choice, either to put him back on the pills or take him out. Guess what? She had no choice. The kid kept going, he was back on pills. All of a sudden, the kid was an angel. He was an angel. His grades went up. He was a great kid. He ended up the year an average of 88. It's great. You put him in an honors track and 88 for such a kid, it's huge. Guess what she did? She took him out. 10th grade, no more ID. She took him out to different school. I don't know where. He asked me, is she normal? If you know that the kid in elementary was on pills, so he has some issues. He did. And now he came to our school with pills, and 2 months in, he was great, and then he started to mess up. But again, I'm not telling you, kids always fight. It's normal. That's okay. But he would do things that are just crazy. You sit in class and you just stick your, and I don't even remember so many crazy things. And this is in my class. In my class, there is rules. Ask Abby and Isaac. Yes or no? Yeah. Look at Abby Hazid.
He's nervous.
You see what's going on? Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah. Avi, why you red? The thing I did, the guy abused you. אתם מבינים את זה? So what she did, she ruined her son. I don't think she was right. I don't think she was right. And sometimes it takes 5 months, 6 months, and then he's back to normal. You have to know. Today, yes, I know that the schools, unfortunately, they don't want to deal with problems. I know that. No, I agree with you. What?
Because it's legal. They don't want to get sued.
That's one. Second, but also parents don't want to deal with this. That's a problem. The school doesn't want to deal with that because they have 900 kids. But the parents also, they don't want to deal with this. They throw the kids to the school, you deal with them. That's the biggest problem. So you're right. I know schools are not the perfect. Okay, fine. But where's the parents? Where's the parents?
When I had an issue in school,
yes,
my mother fought. She was in school every day for fight to make sure that the school took care of it. The parent doesn't care that the school's not going to care.
100%. 100%. I have parents. I never met them for 4 years in high school. Do you know what's the first time I met them? Graduation. When they graduated, that's, hi, Rabbi. Well, that's what the first and the last hi and bye. Never showed up to any PTA. Never called. Nothing. 4 years. And then you wonder why your kid's so such an angel. Malach Habala is a malach. So you have to know. It's also the parents' fault also. But the idea is that the lesson that we try to learn today is you have to know how to work with people. And sometimes when you think, I don't want to be a loser, you end up being the biggest loser. The biggest loser. So just give in, accept it, let the wave pass by, and then once you're in, you could work with this system. This is almost 90% in everything, in marriage, in friends, in partners, in neighbors, almost in any field you can even think about. Sometimes I don't want to be a loser. He's the biggest loser. Sometimes just give in, let things go, and you're going to see how things just works beautiful and lovely. You understand? Hazak Baruch. Shabbat Shalom.